Hello. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you, Hobie Gal, and anyone else who may be present today or not. But yeah, have a happy Monday. And let's see what's happening. I'm broadcasting live from the Kench 909er Studios. Did I say 29? I can't count. Here in lovely Pleasanton, California, although today is hot, humid, and overcast, which is very unusual. That's Miami weather. But we're getting like these warm, humid air from the south. We're getting it's very unusual, and it'll probably burn off and it'll just be hot. But we normally get hot, dry, or cold and wet, but we don't get hot and wet. Anyway, but that's the way it is. Hope, but we'll survive it. I have air conditioning, so the interiors are managed. Anyway, let's see what's the beverage of the day. Oh yeah, I wanted to remind everyone to support the Diet Coke Corporation of America by immediately going down to the local store, the local store that sells Diet Coke, meaning the local store, and purchasing their entire supply. But by which I mean not just the Diet Coke cans and the bottles and everything that's on the your typical weather is a little humid out there. No, we don't. It's dry. We get a dry heat out there. But you're gonna have to ask the stockroom person to bring out all the Diet Coke that's in the back. It's going to be expensive, but I'm not paying for it, so it's fine. I'm fine with that part of it. And the most important part is to mention that Kench909er sent you, so that I can get credit for all the sales in that region. I'm sure this plan is going to work, by the way. Oh, that's so good. That's fine. So we got some Diet Coke today. Is what's going to happen. I'm going to fly around. I don't know what plane I'm going to fly in or where we're going to go. So that's how it works around here. But I do know that I'm going to be using the beautiful Bluetooth controller because and again, once again, the fluid that powers the stream is Diet Coke. You could have Diet Pepsi or Coke Zero, and you'd be wrong. See, that's all. It's an opinion. Okay, and then what's going to happen? We're going to be flying around for a while. And then there's going to be the big brain games. That's me and maybe the community, if anybody's here, playing the Quirtle, the Revealed, the Reunion, the Tightrope Trivia. I do that by myself. The Loop, the New York Times Connection, and the Octurtle, roughly in that order sometimes. That's just something I like to do every day anyway, so that's why I stream it. Then there'll be the break. I always have a musical performance as the last part of the second half of the show, effectively. Today's musical performance comes care of what we call the fancy cheap Amazon guitar, which I think is basically the best way to call it. I mean, it's fancy because it's got a lot of cool stuff on it and it's very well made. And it's cheap because, you don't buy these in a store. It says Leo James under there somewhere. You can't really see it too well. Leo James. They go right from the Chinese factory to the Amazon warehouse and then to your door. There's no guitar stores involved. And that keeps the prices down. So this beautiful guitar that has a lot of really good stuff on it is $250. And that's a real kind of burl veneer top, meaning it looks really good too. The cool thing I have in this guitar that I like is I have a guitar pick that's the same color and texture as the guitar. And if I were to put it in various places and tape it there, there's no way you'd see it. See what I mean? Well, you can kind of see it in a certain light, but if I take the light off like that, the guitar pick is completely camouflaged perfectly by the top. And I just think that's a cool, I guess it's kind of a coincidence. And I have two of these guitars that both have burl tops and two of these picks that are these green swirly picks. And they both effectively match the guitar perfectly. That just makes me happy to have a guitar pick that matches the finish of the guitar. I don't know what, but it just makes happy things in my brain. Oh, this is a lovely guitar, and it is played a lot. Of course, it helps that I know how to set up a guitar, how to adjust things, but it's got stainless steel frets. It comes with these locking strap buttons. It had locking tuners on it, but I actually placed them. They weren't very good. It's just a really classy guitar. They sell much cheaper ones too. I mean, they sell cheaper guitars. This is kind of their high end. So yeah, I got my Pink Floyd shirt on. So maybe I'll play. Maybe I'll sing along and play to that "Wish You Were Here" song. That's the only one I really do. Haven't done that one in a while. All right, so let's see what else is happening in the world I want to talk about. Nah, nothing. I'm taking a break from work. I'm working from home. I got my email client up right there in the middle, and should somebody send me an email, I always like to say this on the weekdays, that I need to respond to, technically I could like pause the stream or quit the stream and send the email. It very rarely happens. It has happened a couple times. I'm not like centered. I should be more over here. There we go. Centering. Got to be perfectly centered. What would happen? The whole world would tip over. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Microsoft Flight Simulator. First thing I like to do is pick an airplane, and today I am definitely cold starting something. So I want to find something that will challenge me. Let's go to the top of the list here. Be reasonably challenging to cold start. No, the ATR 42 is actually too hard to start, if I remember correctly. I don't normally have it in here. Actually, you know, one thing I haven't flown in a long time because I haven't had it in the list is this the MiGs, right? The MiG 29. I think that's in here. I don't know if it'll be fun to start up though. The Liberator is really fun to start up because it's tricky. The Warhawk is pretty easy. So I've got the Griffin. I wonder how hard this is to start up. Let's find out. So we're going to configure this one. I don't normally fly this. I don't really find it a lot of fun to fly because it's, you'll see. For one thing, it doesn't go very slow. All right, it's loading. All right, but it's cool looking, and I don't do it very often, so that's a good excuse right there. Wow, we have 1 million liveries. How you doing, Science? It's great to see you. Happy Monday. Hope you're enjoying your Monday. It's just going to be, I still don't know of, wow, look at all these. Jeez. Swedish Air Force, Splinter Black. I had no idea I have all these colors, too. Splinter Forest. And what is this color, right? We might just leave this orange and black color, because that's kind of rad, actually. Ghost of Kiev. What is that? Kiev. And it's like digital camo. Okay, so Bunker Squad is the one that we were on by default. Okay, just curious. And there's Brazilian Air Force, which has got to look pretty badass, I think. All right, Brazilian Air Force. Doesn't matter. They're all good. It's a nice looking plane, and these are Swedish Gripens. Whoops. Okay, saving back, right? Okay, so we got it's called the Griffin. It's made by Saab, right? The Swedish air originally was a car company. But oh yeah, where are we gonna go? I don't know. I mean, I guess we could look for another. I kind of want to do that. Look for another place like that has a national park. I mean, I guess, you know. I kind of wanted to find the, you know, the place where, see, this place, Jackson Hole Airport, has been redone recently. And this area we didn't fly out of the Jackson Hole Airport. So this is part of the new, we're going to fly out of here. I don't know where we're going to fly to exactly, but there hopefully will be some nice things to see in this area. And I do want to attempt a cold start. Looks like we could do it by just going to a parking ramp area. I suspect it is a kind of a push-button start system, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've been in this plane. And again, hopefully there's a checklist. Oh, we'll find out. If I can't figure out what order to start things in. But yeah, this is a wild-looking, very futuristic. It's got the canard design, meaning the front wings move as aerodynamic surfaces. Okay, so the front wings, the front wings move. There's those canards. You can't really see them. You can see them there, and they also can be used to help stop the plane during landing. They go vertical and they push the plane. They use it. You can put a drag. Wild-looking plane, lots of glass. Pretty modern. I think it's a 90s design. Maybe it's a 2000s design. All right, yeah, we got a lot of buttons to figure out here. I just got to figure out where the right buttons are. Oh, yeah, and this one has weird viewpoints. So once we're going to figure out where the on button is, it's going to get a lot easier. Panel lights, put those on for now, actually. What's that? It's not going to tell me. Okay, I think most of the on-off stuff is over here, right? I mean, There's a main battery, though. Yeah, that one. Oh, APU. Turn on the APU. I think that needs to go like that, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure I remember correctly. Crypto race, but then there's a starter as well. I'm not sure where that one is. You're going to tell me what you are? Oh. Dimmers. Okay. So at least it's alive. Can I see what's down there? This stuff is coming on. Navigation. That's all autopilot controls there. All right, we got the APU running, but not the engine, right? Okay, so I got to find the engine start. I might have to use the, because these are like unlabeled, right? Weapons, smoke. Yeah, I don't think anything that specifically says start. Jettison. Probably canopy, though. Might be kind of fun. Huh, kind of fun. Opening the canopy. Oh, then I get out of the plane. I hate that. Stupid 2024 features. All right, not a big deal, though. All right, so, yeah, I'm going to bring up the checklist so it can help me. Oh, here it is. Start. APU on, starter on. Yeah, found it. So I believe that will get the engine going. We have avionics already, so I can tune the ground. Part, straight out. All right. Let's see. Let's see if the engine is going to start coming on. Let's see. Starter is on.
Taxi to and hold short of runway 19er via taxiway Delta
APU is
Alpha
on.
1 Alpha 4. Contact tower on 118.075 when ready.
Yeah, we're starting to see N2 and exhaust temperature. So, yes, it is starting. It takes a little while, but it's an automated procedure. Yeah, Grand Teton is right here. So hopefully, that's what we're going to see. We did not see them yet. It's right there. I mean, it's basically, you can see them at Jacksonville. We'll check out the airport. We'll check out the area, but basically, yeah, it'll be fun, easy, relatively easy to fly around in the, using a high-speed plane. Oh, yeah, taxi clearance. All right, power. Okay, power for taxi power's on. I want to check on my flight surfaces. You can see the flight surfaces, those canards really move a lot. They make their primer, but then you also have rudder controls there. It's pretty wild. I mean, it does make it extremely maneuverable plane. And for the mission, the fighter mission, that's important. Okay, it wants us to head all the way down the other side of the runway and take off this direction. That's fine. I'm gonna kind of push the engine a little bit. They've recently redone this airport for the the World Update 22, but it's basically a fairly there's a lot of details like the passenger loaders, which are they don't use terminals. They don't have terminals apparently, so they're you're walking out in the tarmac using the stairs, which is fine. I actually find that not a problem. We're heading out here. That's what it looks like from here. And then we'll just fly around the Grand Teton. So this will also check off, it's definitely checking off a City Update 22 destination. Keep going one way here. It tends to wander a bit. I'm not going to turn here. Actually, I will turn here. We got plenty of takeoff. This plane is quite fast. I mean, compared to some of the other jets we've been flying, which are vintage jets, this is just crazy. Okay, clearance from Clarence. Jackson Tower, KNSH 9er ready at runway 19er. You do not use flaps for takeoff. Not necessary. We are going to do a an engine wind up. So that means park and brake on, wind up the engine, get some power going there, then you release and get full power. There's your afterburner. Afterburner's on, it's automatic. But you can see it's not going to take very long. Oof. It's not going to take very long to lift off. There you go, we're flying. Power, gear up. Comes up with gear. Afterburner's off. It's a really, really wild flight. We are flying over Jackson Hole, Montana. Jackson, Montana. Or Utah. Utah? Salt Lake City, so I'm thinking Utah. Alright, we don't need that. We don't need this. Okay, so this is what the area looks like. It looks beautiful. I'm going to try to stay low. It's a noisy ass plane. But we're going to be flying up, and if I see any kind of interesting terrain up ahead, that'll be where we're going to go. So we got kind of a river down there. That's the area. That's the city of Jackson or whatever. But there's like there's a lake up here, but I think the Grand Tetons are these up ahead. It's kind of these very sharp-looking peaks up here. So the ground is pretty much a forest. Or is this a reservoir or is this a natural lake? It looks like a natural lake. Of course, this is fed by glaciers or ice falls or whatever. Pretty. And you can definitely see how these, when I turn these, those canards are basically what we're using. Even though it does have control surfaces on the back of the wings like a regular plane would. It does not have really the rear elevator, effectively. I gotta remember when I'm flying this plane, the roll rate's crazy. It's not as fast as the T-39, but it's still pretty crazy. So this is some of the terrain of the Grand Tetons that we're in this area here. And basically you can see very, very, very steep mountainsides here. There's another little lake, glacial lake there, I guess. And another one there. Wow, it's wild. But this is just really pretty. I'm trying not to go kind of slow, but it's about as fast as I can go, or slow as I can go. There's lots of very dramatic mountain and kind of the erosion where when you see stripes like that horizontally, it usually means at one point tens or hundreds of millions of years ago this was a seabed, and that's sedimentary layers of sedimentary accumulation. And I believe it was. I think it was much lower in altitude, got pushed up. But when you see these things like that, that's sedimentary. It's amazing how high up you go, and you're still seeing the evidence of sea accumulation, seabed accumulation. But it was a long time ago. Things were real different. And then down here, gosh, I don't even know what kind of terrain this is. We're going to make some circles, though. I think the main Grand Tetons are there. You can kind of see that's the range. But yeah, the whole area looks very detailed and fantastic. It's not like we're going to see any major structures, but let's do some canyon carving. Who wants to do some urban canyon or actual canyon carving besides me? Now, this is the plane to do it in. It's not safe, but I don't care about safe. I care about carving the canyons in a real fast plane. We're like about 400 or 500 feet like well. It's not that dangerous, especially in this plane. It's what it's made for. I gotta get used to it again. So yeah, if we're flying this in the real world and you were in my back seat, you get pretty pissed off. You'd be like, fly straight, you bastard. Okay, we got here. Yeah, because this is this lake. So we can fly back over the airport, which is right there. Of course, I don't have points of interest, but that's fine. Don't know why. Never will. Someday there'll be a sim update. It is Wyoming. Got it. So it's near the border. So west side of Wyoming is the east side of Utah. But yeah, this is all there is in terms of things to see. The people area. But was that? Let's see if there's a golf course. But there's a lot of streets in there. And I guess, yeah, okay. I guess it's probably seasonal tourist people are coming in. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks like you're definitely going to be, you're not going to be too close to your neighbors. Oh yeah, I was going like, where's the golf course? This is America. By law, there has to be a golf course every 10,000 people, and there it is. And a lot of dry creek beds. It is a really pretty area. That's what we're looking at, basically. I don't know if I guess further that way, and it's still mountains. We got a contrail up there. It should have a plane name on it. All right, let's fly a little bit more. Oops. Just want to see the area a bit before we say we've been here. We're flying back at low altitude. We're going to buzz the tower here. Towers here. Unauthorized flyby of tower. But yeah, I also want to see, like, I guess, okay. I imagine there are some kind of ground-based places where you get a good view. I also want to double check, do I have live weather and time of day? I'm pretty sure I do. I just want to double check. Yeah, live weather, so it's apparently a lovely July day. Alright, so this is north. There's a bigger piece of water up here I kind of want to explore, a large lake. We're going to check out. It's one of the rare times you're going to see me flying a kind of modern jet. It's really not my... I mean, I'd rather fly this than a 737 or an Airbus, that's for sure. But still, oh, by the way, I left my APU on. So can I turn my APU off from here? Or do I have to turn off the APU from here?
Clear to land runway 19er.
APU up. Yeah, it just takes a while. I was looking at my enunciator panel down there. Is there a way of getting close up? I guess that's the best I can do. Okay, all my enunciators are off. I guess it's just a reminder to turn off the APU once your engines are started, which I can do. That's fine. So there's a pretty big lake here. These lakes look probably like they're too cold for fish. They're pretty sterile. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It looks like there's a waterfall up here, but I don't know if it's going to be animated close up. You can kind of see what I'm looking at here. Waterfalls typically aren't in the game unless somebody added some code to make it specifically animated. You can kind of see, I may not, that may just be dirt. You can kind of see interesting textures there. I think that's probably a waterfall. Pretty area. That's cool. I'm going to go up this little area up in here. Check out some nice rock walls to fly near. This is another little canyon I didn't explore quite yet. But yeah, what are we at? We're at 8,600 feet. 9,000 feet. This is pretty high up. When you're getting to the point where trees, you get where the timberline or where trees really can't grow higher than about 10,000 or 12,000 feet. You're at 9,300 feet. And there's still a bunch of little lakes and stuff. Still fairly green, but I think, yeah, getting higher than this, I gotta get over this thing here. And that's what we just flew up that canyon back there. It is stunning, stunning, stunning terrain. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't imagine, what it's like from the ground. We already did this canyon, by the way, I think, right? Maybe not. Well, I think we did. But that's fine. We'll do this another one. I mean, it's a whole vibe to go down one and come back out later. And then it's somewhat of a challenge to land it, but it's not as bad as you think because it has a lot of electronic systems that help you. We're definitely getting a little stuttering going in and out of the cabin, but I think that's normal. This cabin is just kind of a little more detailed than it looks like it is, I think. Well, hopefully we saw whatever kind of points of interest you're supposed to see. All right, I'm probably going to do a landing because I'm feeling like landing, and then we'll do another flight somewhere. We haven't done a city flight in a while, so I'll fly around in this plane in the city. We'll see if we can get some buildings. But we're way far away from any other airports. It's really pretty. So we're going to land back at Jackson. Okay. Where we took off from, which I don't like to do, but as I say, we're in the middle of nowhere. We need a runway. Okay, so activating flaps helps slow you down. But even better, you kind of use your wing. Even at this speed, we can bring down gear, which is helpful. Okay, so as I mentioned, as soon as we start landing and slowing down, that's when the points of interest show up. We're kind of far away. Actually, I'm going to put gear up. I thought we were closer. Gear's going up. Because we're not that far, not that close. You guys see here on the thingy here, flight planner. How close are we? Okay, so that's the airport. And we got like 5 miles. But it'll be fun to land, as I mentioned. As I mentioned, the coolest thing is that when you put your reversers on, which hopefully I can figure out how to do, the front canards go almost vertical to help slow you down, like so you don't need a parachute. Like some fighter planes do need parachutes, or other military planes are just not good at slowing down when they get to the ground. Well, the other thing is remember is that we're already at a very high altitude, so a lot of planes that aren't jets, especially the propeller planes or ultralight planes, are going to be very hard to handle and hard to take off and land. It really doesn't affect planes like this that have pretty high. Well, first they have jets, and secondly they have pretty high stall speeds. But that's very pretty stuff, and good job for Asobo for updating these areas. Again, that's the Grand Tetons there. While we're checking it out, we might as well look at the landscape. And yeah, I guess we'll be visiting a lot of national parks. But as I say, I want to do a little city driving. You know what I mean? I just get the hankering. I don't know what city we'll go. Yesterday we did some European cities. I think we'll do an American city today. You can kind of see the runway up ahead. It's dead ahead, and we're on a good lineup. All right, so when we get to 3 miles away, we're gonna go. Now we should go ahead and get the gear down again. Let me go back right for that. A little more power though. If they made the park searchable, yeah. I mean, what you basically have to do is you kind of have to find the local airport. Basically, yeah, very typical. As soon as I sort of end a session, points of interest reappear again. I'm not really sure what that's a symptom of, but maybe I got some memory issues. I don't know. The video card. I don't know. I've recently reset the app and reset the NVIDIA driver settings for this particular game to the recommended ones. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing anything too weird. All right, okay, so we got gear down. We got flaps at 8 degrees. They're automatic though. We reduce power because we're going kind of fast. is what it looks like from here. It's very helpful. You can use the HUD to kind of put your nose exactly at the bottom, the base of the airplane. And of course, you gotta watch your speed very carefully, which you can do right from the HUD. It also makes it rather easy to land. All right, we're getting some wind here. There's a little airspeed there. So when you go into full reverse, I thought they would show the canards moving up, but I don't think they did. I don't know. That's broke. That feature used to go into reverse and the canards, there you go, like that, and put full braking on, and the canards, maybe only certain speeds. Anyway. There's your landing. Not too bad. I mean, I'm not practiced in this one. Okay. I'll have to figure it out. I really don't fly this one very often. I mean, it's not really, it's fun, but as I say, you're flying so fast, you're going to pass a lot of stuff when you're doing just sightseeing flights. I mean, if you want to do a nice long flight at 40,000 feet, it's got an autopilot. So you're set. Yeah, we're definitely seeing some stuttering, and it's because this airport is, recently refreshed and has a lot of detail to it. You can't really tell, but it's quite detailed if you get up close. That airport we saw yesterday really was amazing. The one in Bilbao, Spain, where it had all that interior activity going on. And I think that was not a paid add-on airport. I was really kind of shocked. Because sometimes add-on, airports will basically, be empty buildings, and sometimes they'll have all sorts of, passengers and terminals and stuff going on. Let's head out this way. All right, we're gonna do another little city flight somewhere. Maybe the same plane, because I think it'd be fun to maybe try to do some. All right, stop this one here. I don't care. Is it close enough? All right, and there you go, Grand Tetons flight. We'll be doing a lot more of these national parks, but there's also like like these touring flights, where guided tours, which might be kind of fun to do. I don't know. All right, let's see where else we can go that has a city. I always like to go to LA, but we go to LA a lot. Looks like it's pretty cloudy down in this part of the world. It's nice in Detroit. Detroit, and I have add-on. I have the Detroit add-ons. So I've been to Split. You mean game or I remember flying over the Split area. Croatia is fantastic, but I want to find like a nice city area. I just want to remember if why would I want to? I'm not trying to exit the airport. That's interesting, little random bug. I just want to make sure that I still have my add-on content installed. All right, we're on the Windsor side of it. We're south. All right, build up some power. Build up power. Release the parking brake. But don't get out crash. Especially rad at night. And again, I expect the simulation to have a little bit of burps here and there. Gear up. All right, so we're going to head north. It looks like it's a little hazy, but we're going to get nice and close to, up close and personal with Detroit. This place I have flown a million times. We should do Split, Croatia, though. I mean, it is a really, really, really pretty coastline. I mean, I got to say the north coast of Spain was incredible, though. I'm not sure we can really compare it to that. There's a lot of details in this area. Again, so this is because we're south of the river, effectively, or this is the water. This is Canada. Oops, way too much power. There we go. And this is effectively downtown Windsor. There's a bunch of car plants and stuff here. Right here. There's a big Canadian flag, right? I'm going so fast, it makes it really hard to see stuff. And some of the cool things that was added into the Detroit area is like they have a above ground monorail. You can kind of see it. It kind of makes a loop in the downtown, but it actually has a working monorail like train that goes around it. And these stadiums look great at night. They look really good. It's the baseball, the basketball, and the football stadium all there. But you can see it. There's you can see the convention center, that big white flat building, and the train actually goes, I think, inside the convention center. That's downtown Detroit right here. I believe this is the add-on content because it does look pretty good. But it's a big convention center. Obviously, they have a big car convention, and that's the GM building or the Chevy building, whatever they call it. Actually, why doesn't it have the sign on it? It does have a sign. And the other thing I always like to check out is if we head a little north, there's like a little hill up there, and there's the hospitals that Henry Ford Foundation built. Right toward, and it's a lot of really interesting architecture in this area. And if you come here in the winter, it's pretty snow covered. But you can kind of see it. It's on this hill here, a slight hill. But these old buildings, I think, were built in the 50s or 60s. So they're definitely kind of old architecture, but they're really imposingly huge. And this whole area around all these buildings are part of it. So that's the Ford Foundation Medical Center, or whatever they call it. It's called probably the Henry Ford Hospital. I'm not sure what that's called. But and then it gets really pretty and goes a long ways in terms of the suburban areas. Lots of stuff to see. I want to go back to Windsor and check out, make sure I still have that big flying Canadian flag. We should be able to find it. I love how you can really see whenever I make even little roll maneuvers, those canards go crazy. They're basically doing most of the work, the front canards, in terms of making the plane's direction change. And of course, the other thing that canards do is they make an airplane practically stall-proof. Not completely stall-proof, but practically stall-proof, because the canards will stall before the regular planes will. So if you a typical stall where you're going slow and the front of the nose is high, effectively. That's a typical stall. You can't get the nose high enough to stall. It just won't do it. Won't go there because of the canard design. The front canard. I mean, it's just a feature. Now they can stall under certain and spin under certain circumstances. So it doesn't completely solve any negative flight systems, but it makes it a typical stall can have. I'm looking for the flag that's supposed to be flying out here. I'm serious. Now I'm thinking maybe I didn't. Oops. Hold on a second here. Maybe I don't have the right add-on package. It's where, because it should be. I think it should be there. There's a big Canadian flag, and I'm looking for it, and I don't see it. I don't know what is going on, because it really should be there. Let me check something real quick. Be sure at least that add-on is listed. I may have to re-download it. There's a big Canadian flag. It's quite large. It's flapping. But now I'm not 100% sure. Also, the other thing to check is, is there a subway on the transportation? It's a monorail. It's not a subway. You can actually see cars moving. So you can see the subway station there. That's a station down there. But I'm trying to see, are there any cars? It kind of makes a loop. So far, I don't see any cars on this that are moving, but it's not that easy to find now. I'm checking the whole loop here. It's not that big. Still don't see any actual moving cars. cool though. All right, I'm gonna check something here. We're kind of near the end anyway. I just want to check something. Yeah, I'm not gonna land. It's not really that fun to land this plane. Hey, it's kind of fun. All right, so I go to Marketplace, go to my library, and look at streamed. You know that, but also installed. Yeah, I think I have to re-download it. Okay, well, it's good to know. I'm glad I checked it. I'm pretty sure I can do that. I mean, I know it should be my downloads folder. I just have to. I had to clear out my community folder, which is this thing. So these are the things I got that I need to remember. I have the Liberator, which I downloaded, the Spitfire, which I purchased and downloaded, Victoria Falls and Amboy Airport, which are both pretty cool things that we should go to. But you know, because they're add-ons, they should be fine. Okay, got it. So Detroit. All right, well that's fine. I'm gonna quit. We'll do lots more flight simulating the next stream, which is Wednesday, as everybody knows. Meanwhile, moving on, you know, I do have to keep the stream moving on a weekday. Okay, we're gonna go into the just chatting category for the next phase of the stream. If you've ever seen it before, it's just like everyone. Just chatting for the big brain game segment. All right, I'm in just chatting. Let me bring up the first big brain game. And that's going to be the Quirtle. It's a warm-up game. I basically just run through this pretty quickly. We'll do the Extreme, which is kind of one of the harder ones. But it's like the Wordle, except you got 4 or 5-letter words you're simultaneously solving. And that's why a 3-word strategy is the way to go. Like this. I'm not, you wait for them. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got like probably antsy on the lower left. Oh, because it can't be nasty. And that's the only other thing it could be. Oops, antsy. A-N-T-S-Y. That's a word. Okay, and then we got... it's not motor because there's an E in it. M-E-T and then R, Metro, M-E-T-R-O. That's pretty much the only thing it can be. All right, so now we have a word over here, uptype. Okay, it has a Y, but it's not at the end Y. Also, just really easy word to know from kind of experience. This one here, okay. I also kind of recognize the form here, so I kind of have a good feeling that this word's gonna be kiosk, or basically you get good by playing this game every single day for years, and kind of you memorize the 5-letter word dictionary that they work from, or I do. One of us does. Okay, so game number 1 is down. Game number 2 is gonna be the revealed. Yesterday, I slammed the reveal. I don't know if anyone was here, but I was able to get it with zeros, and that was good. Okay, today's reveal is animals in nature, and the correct response is going to have 10 letters exactly in it. So that will be the correct response. We know that from what we have so far. Let's also read the heavily redacted document and see if we can suss out what the animals in nature correct answer is. Okay, the thing we're looking for, blank, 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 that can be traced back like the blank a blank blank that can be traced back like the related blank, blank and blank, to early blank ancestors. The blank is named for the Duchy of Blank, where in the early blank century it was reportedly blank down in blank from a blank blank. Characteristically blank but blank, the blank is a compactly built blank with a blank head and a small blank blank. Its long blank, especially full on the blank and blank, may be any of a variety of blank, including blank, 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 and blank. I don't know. It can't be Neanderthal, because that's not going to fit. I think it's like some kind of early hominid. Okay, right, but it's not Neanderthal because that is one. We need 12 letters for Neanderthal. Early blank ancestors, but I bet these are human ancestors. But it's also named for the Duchy of something. Hmm. Okay, I want to see what this is. Norwegian elk hound. Okay. Now I think it's a dog. Maybe it's a different hound. It's not a dachshund. Although I'm not sure that's how that's spelled. Hmm. Yeah, it's not how it's spelled. Hold on a second. Dachshund. All right. Let's try spelling it right. HSUND. Oh, and that doesn't have enough letters. DACHSUND. Yeah, so it's definitely not dox. What is this one? The Norwegian elk hound. What is a Norwegian elk hound? I'm slightly cheating, but I don't care. Norwegian. Oh, it looks like a German Shepherd, really. It's a northern blonde, national dog of Norway. It's not a German Shepherd. Obviously, it's one word. It's a dog. And it's named for the Duchy of something. Compactly built. It's not a bulldog. You know, I am not really up on dog breeds, and so I don't think any of this is going to help me. You know, obviously, will not tell us the Duchy. Yeah, and none of the descriptive things. Oh, it's describing a dog. Well, good. I don't know what. I can't tell what the breed is from the dog, from the description of a dog. Even from the photo, I wouldn't get it. I'm not. I don't like dogs. I'm not a dog person. I'm kind of proud of it, as a matter of fact. So, you know, this is not for me. That's okay. We can always skip it. I want to see what the other related Keeshond, they're hounds. Samoyed, these are hounds. What's that going to show? N. So it's not a hound. Because that would be HOUND. It's not Doberman. It's not Greyhound. It's not All right, I'm done. Give up. I don't care. Pomeranian. Never would have got that in a trillion years. Not in a trillion years. We don't have a trillion years. Trust me, nobody has a trillion years on this earth. Wouldn't have got it in a million years, so don't have an issue. My friend Kelly has a Pomeranian. She probably still wouldn't have got it. I'm not a dog person. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? I don't care. And I don't know the fact that it's related to these dogs would certainly not have led me to a Pomeranian. It's a toy dog. I guess maybe if I had undead toy, I would have known it's a small dog. But even then, I wouldn't have got it. Other players needed relatively, and this is a small solve rate. 55% is very low. So other people had problems too. And again, it is what it is. All right, let's do the trivia. Fortunately, the Monday will have reset. Hopefully, this is easier than yesterday's. What constellation? I think they're Gemini, right? Yeah. Gotta assume these are not super tricky hard ones. It was a James Bond movie, in case you don't know that one. Film series. Back in what region? Oh gosh, never heard of any of these. Napa Valley. Never heard of them, and I live in. Oh my god. Required, compulsory. Yeah, I guess I should have guessed Napa Valley. I don't know, man. Am I overthinking these things? Won't get a perfect one today. It was down at Apple. Chat GPT, maybe, presumably. I don't know. Booby. Wow, I never heard of that. Never heard of it. Until World War One, assume presumably. It wouldn't have been used that much later than that. Training day. All right, well, that was a cross. We got a cross. I don't know. I thought the two questions I got wrong were pretty freaking hard. In that I didn't know the answer. See what I'm saying? And the questions I got right were pretty easy in that I did know the answer. And that's what trivia is. That's a loss because I need 2,000 points to complete that. But as you know, it doesn't matter. It's always a mixed game. Mixed bag, these games. We've got lots more to play, though. We're going to do the reunion right now. So gather around your monitors and start thinking about... Oh, geez. We got no clues. Oh, geez. This is the hardest one I've seen in a long time. Oof. Well, I'm just going to start guessing because, yeah. Okay, this W was yellow and turned white. So that means it has to be there. This word could be swore or swear, right? Well, it can't be, no, it can't be, the E can't be there. So what could it be? It's got to be sword, SWORD, because of the available letters. And that means this E is on the column. I just want to remember that. It might be two E's here. I don't think so. But anyway, it's going to be sword. So let's just get that sword, okay? I'm pronouncing it messed up. This E is going to turn white that I just moved. But we know it's on this column. And it's either there or there, where the G's are, but I don't know for sure. And this word here... Also, I look at Y's, I'm like, Y should be at the end, but it can't be the end of that one. It can't be the end of that one. It could be down here, and it can't be the end of that one because that's used. So that tells us a lot. Okay, interesting-ish. Why do I have so many drop frames? Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then this word here, I'm going to have a V somewhere. And the V can't be there. Or there. I don't think it'd be there either. So could it be there? In which case it would be something like... We have a bunch of G's we gotta place. Could this word on the bottom be vague? V-A-G-U-E. I kind of think the bottom word is going to be... Ooh, it's not. Okay, so the V has to be there. Or there. All right, we're not doing so well. I mean, it doesn't have to be there. Okay, we're at least making a little bit of progress. Oof. I gotta figure out where these G's go. Because they could go here. But that doesn't make any sense. Oh, could we have gauge? Gauge. Because we got to use these G's somewhere. And there aren't that many words that have like 2 G's. So now I kind of think this word might be U, and then there might be, you know, like the inner part might be where the hedgehog and the fox are going to get together. But I don't know for sure. This word now I think is going to be, or it could be spaying, S-P-A-Y-I-N-G. But in any case, we know it has ing. Yeah, and this word is going to be IV and U, I think, right? Oh, and it's going to be sparring, right? Or sparing, not sparring, sparing, S-P-A-R-I-N-G. Okay, we're making some progress. So yeah, this word's going to be IV and U. Where the V and the E are, I believe, has to be where the hedgehog and fox come together. So that means we have Atlas, right? And, oof, what's the last ones we're going to do? Deserve. So we're going to be 18. That's not so great, but, you know, if I had only gotten that one random guess right, we would have had a 17. But it is what it is. Not too bad. Kind of fun set of words. Had a good time doing it. Just did the whole, you know, enjoyed it so much. I'll do the whole thing again tomorrow. Got some more games though. 18 is not horrible, but it's not really a win. It's over the average. All right, so we did the reunion, we did the Quirtle, we did the revealed, we did the tightrope trivia. The revealed I didn't get at all. I've never gotten that in a billion years. We could have undone. I could have done all the reveals. All right, let's do the loop. And then we're going to do the connections and the octoral, and that will be a big brain games. All right, so we got the referee throwing a yellow flag, whatever the hell that means. Oh, okay. Well, in football, the yellow flag is a penalty. I was like, listen, I mean soccer. All right, so the yellow, that's a penalty. We have the Noah's Ark. We have somebody, that's in that game called Cornhole. He's tossing something. I mean, this guy's tossing a flag. This guy's tossing something. So I'm tentatively going to put them next to each other. We have the Notre Dame Cathedral, okay? We have a camel. A camel must have been on the ark. We'll put them next to each other. And we have, like, desserts. These are all cheesecakes, it looks like to me. Different kinds of cheesecake to me. We got the American flag. That's kind of, you know, the flag. He's waving a flag, American flag. We got a guy ringing a bell, although I believe that is Quasimodo so you know what I'm saying, Notre Dame and Quasimodo are going to go together. We got a porthole. Well, that might be, you might have one of those in an ark, although you wouldn't, but that's fine. Okay, we got American cheese. That's going to go next to the American flag. We've got a desert. What else do we have? Oh, dessert and desert, right? Got it. Desserts, desert. Oh, and we have the Arc de Triomphe. But I don't like this positioning because this is definitely going to go next to these are going to go like that. All right, let's check and see how wrong we are. Got a few things. Okay, I got the things connected to the flag, dude. And those where I had confidence. And then these yellow ones are connected. Also the camel. Okay, so the camel is connected to this and this, but not in this direction. So we know these go there. So we know this goes here and this goes here. Right. This is cheese and cream cheese plate. All right, so this is all good so far. These are connected, but they're not where they were, although... So I think this is here, and that's there. Maybe? No. Interesting-ish. How is... Okay, this is connected to that, but it's not in the right place. So how does... The bell hooks up to the camel somehow. Oh, right. I got it now. So that's there. That's there. This is there. No. Yeah, that's there. I mean, right? I'm not 100% sure the connection here. But that's... I consider that a win. Two is enough. As long as you don't get more than 2. That's barely a win. I'm a little concerned. Okay, the cheese, the American cheese goes American, U.S. flag, American cheese, right? And you got that cheesecake tray. Desert, right? Desert. Camels in the desert got that. Quasimodo. Oh, famous for their humps. Quasimodo and the camel have humps. I should have got that. Quasimodo, Notre Dame, we got. Notre Dame to Arc de Triomphe, right? Arc de Triomphe to Noah's Ark. Okay, makes sense. Porthole. Portholes are kind of window found on boats, but it's not a boat. It's an ark, and it didn't have portholes. But anyway, let's move along. Porthole and then cornhole. All right, we kind of got it. The trickiest one, the one I disagree with, is arc to porthole, because I don't see any portholes on this thing. You see any portholes? Anyway, that was fun. All right, we got another kind of similar game. We got a couple more games to do it, so let's just do them. The New York Times Connections. That's one in which we get 12 words and/or short phrases. Looks like words today. We got to arrange them into 4 groups of 4 by affinity, but we don't know what the affinity group is, and there's often misdirection and wordplay played. By misdirection, I mean a fake affinity group. Okay, umbrella, Salem, bucket, question, puss, grill, pump, kisser, mug, Figaro, smackdown, drawer, examine, bussin, Tom, and peckish. So, I mean, there's words for your face, right? Mug, puss, and then what would be another word for your face? Like grill? I don't see another word for these words. Mug, puss, and kisser definitely are kind of slang words for your face. But I don't see anything besides grill. Let's try it. I'm not optimistic. Yeah. All right. It wasn't that. Let's see. What could it be? I just got a message from work I want to take a quick peek at. Oh, wasn't it? All right, I'm gonna have to take a half show today. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, worry about it later. Actually, I'm gonna keep going. I do want to finish this. We haven't even started this. Okay, umbrella, Salem, bucket, question, puss, grill, pump, kisser, mug, Figaro, smackdown, drawer, peckish, Tom. I don't know anything here. I guess examine, question, grill, since we know that's not part of the face. And what would it be? I guess pump, right? That's got to be something. Interrogate. Fine, we're moving ahead. Why did you upgrade old MySQL? All right, let's keep moving on this one. All right, so let's see. An umbrella. Drawer. And then things like this bustin' have to be wordplay. So I'm thinking kiss, peck, smack, and busts are all kind of kiss, the word kiss, starting with smooches. All right, let's move ahead. Again, if I get all the rest of them right, this is considered a win. We got mug, bucket. You know, it's got like characters, Puss in Boots, maybe. The only thing I can think of there, like, that have some similarities: a mug, a bucket, a drawer, something you put things in, but you wouldn't put anything in an umbrella. And none of these seem to be something that you'd put something in. I'm just gonna guess. I don't know. Oh, handles. Oh my God. Oh well. Hey, it was a good guess apparently. All right, Figaro, Puss, Tom, and Salem. What is the connection here? I'm gonna figure this one out. Because I mean, Figaro and Puss in Boots could be characters, and Tom could be character, but a Salem. What do we got here? Yeah, I don't know. We don't have time. Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to tell us. Fictional cats. Salem is a fictional cat. Figaro, I guess I knew Puss in Boots is a fictional cat. Salem and Tom is a all right, that was hard. That should have been the purple one. Okay, look, that's a win because we only got one wrong one, and that was the misdirection. You see, those were all different categories. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna do the final big brain game of the day, which is the Octurtle. It is something I like to do to finish up the big brain games. So okay, right. The hardest one is the rescue. Okay, so this one is something EPT, Octurtle Rescue. And it can't be slept, but it could be swept. So I'm pretty sure we just get that one there. Oh, and the W is useful. This word on the upper left, now that I know there's a W in it, probably has to be drawn. Right? And that fits where all the letters could be. All right, so those are going to be the easy ones, but we'll just get the easy ones here. This one's interesting here. It ends in AT and has an O and an L in it. Okay, but it could be float or gloat or bloat, B-L-O-A-T. So it's probably L-O-A-T, but unfortunately that's not helpful right now. This one here, we know where the D and the R is, and there's an E and an L to place. It could be elder, right? E-L-D-E-R, right? Yeah, I kind of want to guess that elder. Nice. We knew the L, but that's not useful. All right, let's see what down here is anything here. This one is probably P-R, and then, okay, lower left is probably going to be proud. P-R-O-U-D. Oops. O-U-D. Rarely is there a situation at work where I have to stop streaming and kind of help out at work. But that seems not to be one of these type of happens today. Very rarely, like one out of hundreds of times. And that would only happen on obviously the Monday, Wednesday, or Friday stream, and really never the Friday stream. So the only the Monday, Wednesday stream, very rarely, but they are going to need my help at work. Not an emergency, but you know, got to get shit to get back together again. All right, so we got what? But we're going to finish this game. Oh hell yeah! Let's see. 4 words to do. This one has W-E-A-N-I in it. It has 3 vowels and a W. So what can that be? Could be. And the W can't be there or there. That's got to be an interesting word. Let's wait on that one. And we still don't know if this is gloat or float or bloat. That's a problem. Okay, what about this one? R-O, sure. But what else could it be? It could be, and it can't be any other vowels, including O. Can't be another O in it. So what could it start with? It could end in CK. Let's just guess frock. I mean, I don't want to be here all day. Okay, it wasn't frock. Oh, well. But now we know at least this word is float. So we'll get that. And this word's not frock, but what could it be? Crock, right? There's no brock or grok, right? Oh, wait a minute. Can't be crock because we've used C, right? Okay, it's not crock. Wait a minute. We've used C, but it's there, right? So it could be crock. What's this word over here? All right, we got 3 left to go. This one's going to be hard. Well, R-A-E-N and R-N and E-N-A. That's all we know. I'm going to guess, can't be Raven. Can't end in R. Whew. Can't end in R or N. These are going to be kind of tricky. Interesting. I still don't have any idea what that word is. I don't think we're going to get this one today either, but it's hard. Okay, it has to be crock, right? C-R-O-C-K. There's no other of these vowels it can be. So we'll just get that one. We got 2 guesses left for 2 words, but I'm not going to get either one of these 2 words, I don't think. They both look really hard. No new clues here. All right, so what could this word be? Could start with N, and then an E or an A. It could be A-R-N-E, but that doesn't have any words. That's not a word. This is going to be tricky. And this one down here, there's 3 vowels, A, I, and E, and just a W somewhere. It could end in I-E-W. Could start with A and have... It's not way because it needs an A in it. Okay, start with a vowel. I don't know these words. I don't want to be here forever. Plus, they need me at work. But I only have 2 guesses left. I do like getting this game. I just don't know which of these is going to even be doable. So and then NA ER NA ENRA. I can't. I don't know what these are. Bet is a really easy word too. Could be a million things. This is pretty boring, but I don't care. Oh, range? Shit, I told you it'd be an easy word. But at least I figured it out eventually. Yeah, okay, come on, brain. All right, so I have one last guess here. At least now we know where the A and the E are. That actually was progress. Okay, so there's an I. Oh, it really helped. Really helped. See, that's a win. I know it took a long time, but I needed it to be a win. All right, well, that's unfortunately a very short stream today because they need me at work because they messed stuff up, and I'm the only one who can fix stuff that they mixed up. It's just, I mean, you know, it's I guess the nature of the thing. So it'll be a short stream today. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not going to have a musical segment today. Let's get over here. But that's the nature of taking time off from work during your workday, which is normally, again, is not a huge problem. Working from home, can work in the morning and take my my break, have a little lunch, stream for you guys, and get back to work. But sometimes, on rare occasions, apparently today, they have an issue that requires me to kind of give it some attention relatively soon. Nothing an emergency, but you know it is. So I'm just going to say goodbye. We'll do a, you know, it's a short stream, and then Wednesday will be the next one. It probably will be a regular length stream. Since I didn't get a chance to play guitar on stream today, I'll probably just play guitar. You never know. It'll be my last minute decision, and I'm just going to say goodbye. I'm not going to do. Yeah. See you guys next time.